Okay, everybody, hello, and welcome. What is going on, everyone? How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, you're doing well, and hopefully, you're excited for my streams today because today is finally the big day. And I know yesterday I said today it was the big day, but I guess for a lot of people it wasn't. For me, it was. But I guess a lot of people were disappointed because, as I said for weeks and weeks, when I had started playing Mortal Kombat 11 on launch day, the first thing I wanted to do was play through the tutorial so that I understood all the new gameplay mechanics, because in Mortal Kombat 11 they added a ton of new gameplay mechanics, including aerial recovery, rolling on the ground back and forward, delayed get-ups, as well as perfectly timed blocks and get-up reversals and all kinds of stuff. Basically, there's like 10 or 11 new gameplay elements in the game that make it very different. And in my opinion, if you actually want to know, I think it makes Mortal Kombat 11 a lot more like old school Street Fighter in a lot of ways. And in my opinion, that's a good thing. It makes it a more interesting combat engine with a lot more options. The thing is, I played the tutorial yesterday, and it took me, no lie, 2 hours to get through it. That's how long the tutorials are in this game. So it took me a ridiculous amount of time to get through them. And by the time I got through them, people were upset. Oh my god, Phil's played for 2 hours. He hasn't even touched a character yet. You know, what is this? And then, of course, as I told you guys, I wanted to do the story. Now, we all know that NetherRealm Games has a pretty decently long story. I would say on average, NetherRealm Games story modes are around 5 hours long. And it was the same thing in Mortal Kombat 9 and 10. And is par for the course with this game. So I played the story for 2 hours on my first stream yesterday, and then I did my late stream. There was another 2 hours. And in reality, I actually ended my late stream on a huge cliffhanger. There's a big epic moment coming up with combat. Started playing this crazy music. It was like dun 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 dun, and I paused the game and I was like, all right, well, that's it for tonight. I gotta go. And people were like, what? Like, yeah, what can I do? I ran out of time to stream, right? And I had played it as long as I could. And I knew I was playing Mortal Kombat 11 all day today as well. So, what are we doing today? All right, let's talk. First of all, we're finishing the story. I know, the giant cliffhanger blue balls ending from last night. We gotta take care of that, all right? We can't leave everyone hanging. So, the first thing we're doing today is I'm finishing up the story. From what people are saying, there's probably about an hour left in the story. There's like one major chapter and half a chapter left. But the thing is, okay, good. Thanks to those who told me this overnight, the final boss is very tough. And in order to get the true good ending of the game, you have to beat the final boss without losing a round. So not only do you have to beat them, you have to not be defeated any rounds, okay? And if you do that, then you get the true good ending of the game, which I want to do, obviously. If I worked my butt off to get through the story of the game, I want to get the good ending. So it's going to be a bit of a grind, I think. We're going to have to fight the final boss for a while to learn its patterns or whatever and try to get the good ending here, okay? So I'm going to do my best to do that. That's going to be the first thing we do on the stream today, okay? Then, once that's complete, what I'm going to do is reboot the game. And you might say, well, why are you going to do that? Well, because I had the game running overnight and, you know, paused during the story. And what I want to do is make sure if there were any new patches or any updates that were put into the game overnight that I have them. I don't want to be playing the game in an outdated version. And the reason I say that is because of the big controversy surrounding Mortal Kombat 11. And I wonder how many of you are actually aware of this controversy. So as you guys know, the game launched yesterday. And the controversy isn't so much people who are playing the game competitively or playing it online at all. People who are playing it as a, you know, an online fighting game seem to be enjoying it a lot. The controversy is coming from those who are not interested in the competitive side of the game at all, but instead are interested in playing it as a single-player game. Now, NetherRealm games are kind of unique in this regard, because unlike other fighting games that usually only focus on online gameplay, NetherRealm games have the capability to be played as an offline game. They always have these challenge towers that as you play through them, you earn in-game currency, which then allows you to go unlock stuff in the crypt. Okay, so this has always been kind of a facet of NetherRealm, you know, games, which is a good thing. You know, not everyone who plays a fighting game wants to play it at a competitive level. All right, just being honest here. So, the reason that there's controversy is because the game is an absolutely insane grind in order to unlock all the unlockables in the game. So allow me to tell you why. First of all, apparently it's completely randomized. There's no way that in the crypt or anything you can choose what you want. Everything you unlock is completely random. So one person could spend a certain amount of currency and unlock a certain thing and get something he wanted, like, oh, I got a new skin or a new fatality, which I wanted. Someone else could get it and get fucking fan art, like some stupid designer or production art that you didn't want. So it's frustrating in that regard because you could get lucky and get good stuff, or you could not be lucky and get shitty stuff. Number two, apparently the challenge towers have absolutely ridiculous difficulty modifiers. Now, what I mean by that is, this has always happened in the challenge towers of Mortal Kombat. They put random shit in. Oh, the game runs at double speed. Oh, the screen's upside down. Oh, there's, you're on fire. Stuff like that. So I was, just for example, last night on Twitter, I saw someone post up, there's a fight against Revenant Liu Kang. And during the fight, Revenant Liu Kang does like double damage. You do like half damage. And there's a fucking rocket flying around in the background. And it can just randomly hit you. There's really no way you can actively avoid it because you're fighting. If it hits you, it does insane damage over time. And within 10 seconds, you die no matter what. And it's like, huh? And there was this guy trying to beat it. He told me, he posted up, it's like, dude, it took me like 4 hours to beat this stage because it's so ridiculously unfair. Like, now, how am I supposed to do this? This is required to keep playing the challenge towers. How am I supposed to fucking do this? This is ridiculous. Now he says, oh, by the way, if you do that stage and you're having trouble with it, the game will have like a pop-up message. It'll be like, oh, are you having trouble beating this stage? Why don't you go to the Mortal Kombat online shop and buy the ability to bypass the modifiers so you can beat this stage? So you see what I mean? What they did is they put in these crazy difficulty spikes / modifiers to make the stages almost unwinnable. But if you spend money, then you can beat them. So it's basically pay to win in the challenge towers. And people are not happy about this at all. They're like, dude, that's ridiculous. Like, we already spent $60 on the game. Now you expect us to be nickeled and dimed to get through the challenge towers. And then on top of all of that, apparently you can actually buy everything you want in the crypt. And someone did the math on Reddit. Now, I don't know if this is correct. This is just someone who did the math on Reddit last night. It costs $6,500 to manually buy all the stuff in the crypt. Or, now again, this is from Reddit. I don't know if this is true. You can grind for 3,000 hours in order to unlock all the content in the crypt by playing in the challenge towers. It takes 3,000 hours to fucking unlock it manually. So, I don't know how many of you have 3,000 free hours to be grinding in Mortal Kombat 11. For me, here's the way I see it. The one positive about all of this is that, number one, all the unlockables are cosmetics. It's not like, oh, you need this unlockable to do better in the game or anything. They're all cosmetics. That's number one, you don't need them, okay? Number two, because it's so hard to unlock everything in the game, and because it's random, because you don't know what you're going to get whenever you open something in the crypt. It could be anything. Basically, what this does, it makes it so the game will always be unique. When you fight someone online, their look is going to be unique. You know what I mean? You're not only going to be fighting the Scorpion that has this one crazy look to him. You'll be fighting a ton of different looking Scorpions because everyone's going to have a different set of things to put on their Scorpion. So I could actually see a positive out of it, but I completely agree with everyone who's criticizing the game. If you spent $60 for it, right, then why in the holy hell would you now have to spend $6,000 or 3,000 hours to unlock any of the content of it? That's stupid. That's ridiculous. So basically, there's a lot of controversy for those playing the game offline, and they were complaining about it on social media all day yesterday, and both NetherRealm themselves and Ed Boon, the head game designer of Mortal Kombat, came out on social media and said, we hear ya, and we kind of have to agree after a day of this being out like this. This is kind of stupid. So we're going to patch the game to make the difficulty of the challenge towers easier and to make the crypt a lot more economical. Now, they didn't explain how, but they said that they're going to patch the game to basically make it better. And for some people, they're happy about that, but I don't know if the patch has come out yet. They claimed it was going to come out as soon as possible. So after we beat the story today, I'll reboot the game. We'll see if the patch has applied. If not, I'll spend a little bit of time in the towers, and I'll definitely check out the crypt, but I don't want to spend a ton of time in it if it really is such a crazy grind. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to. Why do that when you know the improvement is coming? Why waste time in an area that's going to be improved and do the grind when you know it's going to be better soon? So that's the attitude I'm taking towards it. Is let's at least give it a look and see what it is, and then if it is still the grind is terrible, then I think we'll just go ahead and try out certain characters and then try them online. And what I mean by that is, ladies and gentlemen, yes, today is the day I'm going to be checking out certain characters both in training mode and in their tutorial stages, because this game has specific tutorials for every character, which is excellent. You know, a lot of fighting games don't do that in the modern era, but this game has a tutorial for every character in it to teach you the basics of every character, so you at least have a knowledge of how to play with them when you go online to fight other humans. So that's what I'm going to be doing later today. After I do all this single player content, I'll be picking a few characters to mess around in training mode and their tutorial mode to learn them. And yes, we are going online. I will be doing my very first online play of Mortal Kombat 11 today. All right. And I got to ask, you've got to be patient, because I am going to get through the single player stuff first. Okay. And secondly, I need to at least figure out basic strategies with each character. There's no point in going online if I absolutely understand nothing about a character. I'm just going to get my ass handed to me. I need to at least know some basics before we go online. All right? But there will be online play today. And by the way, yes, I am going to be playing this game all day long again today. Both streams, both first and second stream, will be Mortal Kombat 11. So we're going to get a lot of gameplay. And I told you guys within the first 2 days there's going to be a lot of Mortal Kombat 11. All right? Now, here's the deal. After today, I'm going to make a decision about Friday. Let me explain. So tomorrow, I'm off. Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow's my day off for the week. So I will not be here to stream, which is fine. I need a day off. It's been a whole week I've been streaming straight. Okay? I'll be back on Friday. What will I be doing on Friday? Well, Friday's the big premiere of Days Gone. So my first gameplay stream, I'm going to be playing Days Gone for at least 4 hours. Okay? Now, what I want to do is get your feedback. Okay? I want to get your feedback on what exactly I should be doing for the rest of Friday. For the second stream on Friday, should I do more Days Gone? So should I play Days Gone all day long on Friday? Or should I switch over to Mortal Kombat 11 and do some more characters and online play and stuff like that? Okay? I'm going to leave that in your hands. And I think really it's going to be a lot dependent on, is Days Gone any good? You know what I mean? If I play Days Gone and it's a good game and people like it, then you're probably going to want to see more of that on launch day. But if I play it and it's kind of meh, not so good, then maybe you guys are going to want me to do more Mortal Kombat. And the good thing is, I can do that. I have the ability to make on-the-fly decisions. I love having an adaptable schedule, and that's why I love being a jack of all trades and playing a bunch of variety of games. Because if I were only playing one game, I'd be stuck playing it all day, even if it's not so good. You see what I mean? So that's what I really like about the way that I stream, is that I have that control and that variety, while other people may be locked into, well, I said I was playing this all day and there's nothing else to do. I'm not like that, and I definitely enjoy having that capability. All right, so let's see. Based on how today goes, let's see how today goes in Mortal Kombat 11. Okay, and based on how Days Gone goes on Friday, let's together we'll make the decision on what I'm going to be doing for the second half of Friday. Fair enough? All right. So there you go, guys. That's the deal. Just to recap, the conclusion of story mode on this stream. Then we're going to be checking out the challenge towers in the crypt. If it's not patched or improved, then we're probably not going to spend too much time on it, quite frankly. We're just going to get a glimpse of it and see what it is. Then we're going to be checking out some basic character tutorials for the characters I'm interested in playing online, and going to training mode and messing around with them a little bit so I at least learn some basic combos. And then we're going to go online and do some online play. And that's going to be the gist of everything I do today. That's going to be first and second stream. Okay, guys? Good, fair enough. Hopefully that makes sense and you guys will enjoy this, because yesterday I know a lot of people had blue balls yesterday. They were like, man, I really wanted to see Phil play, characters seriously against people online, and he didn't even get to that. Yeah, I had no idea the tutorial was 2 hours long. I mean, don't get me wrong. The tutorial is essential. There were so many new mechanics in this game that I needed to learn. It was very essential that I did the tutorial to understand what they were. But I agree with you guys that 2 hours of that took up a lot of the streaming time yesterday, and not being able to do any kind of other content besides the story was a little bit deflating. So today we're going to get to the good stuff. Okay? Fair enough. All right. Very good. Okay, everybody. So, I do want to say thank you very much for everything. Thanks for your support. Thanks for being understanding. The new releases are here. I'm excited for them. Yesterday, I would say the first stream was great. You guys were very supportive and everything during the first stream. For whatever reason, the second stream had good attendance, but it was incredibly slow. And I just want to remind everyone, sadly, what's happening slowly is the Mortal Kombat 11 videos that everyone is uploading to YouTube are getting demonetized. The reason being the game has violence, and YouTube apparently doesn't think that violent videos should have any kind of advertisements on them whatsoever. So FYI, even though I am enjoying the game, chances are, for YouTube, this game is going to be a bust. So if you like Mortal Kombat 11, and so far you've liked my coverage, you're dying to see me play online, and this is what you want to see for the next week or two, I do implore you, please support the streams, because I'm going to need the support. The streams are pretty much the only thing I'm going to be making any kind of money on, and that being said, I need the support because I need to make a living. You know what I mean? So please consider supporting the streams in any of the various methods that are available to support the streams. I will review them right now, so at least you know what the hell's going on. The first thing you can do is check out my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. There's 6 days left this month, actually 6.5 days left this month, where you can pledge to my Patreon for the month. And if you do, you can earn personal perks as rewards for the level that you actually contribute. Please give it a look. There's many different rewards, and a lot of them will be coming up shortly, especially this month. We got Ask the King coming up, which is my bi-monthly Q&A show in May. So I won't go into detail about it, but please give it a look. Patreon.com/darksidephil. Thanks to everyone who pledges already and anyone who considers doing it, okay? I have a Teespring store where you can buy fun merchandise, including t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers. In fact, it's on your screen right now. Teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. All right. And anything you buy from there, first of all, I can assure you it's a high-quality product because I own a bunch of them. In fact, today, I'm wearing one of them. Today, I'm wearing the I'm Pressing Buttons shirt, which applies to fighting games. I figured this would be a good day to wear this shirt since I knew I would be playing a fighting game online today. Oops, sorry, Chestnut. He fell. And that's just one of about, I think there's no lie, probably about 20 to 30 designs up there. Now, by the way, I have some new designs to upload to the Teespring shop. I have not had an opportunity to do so recently because I've been so damn busy with everything going on. You know how busy my April's been. But when I get a chance, hopefully within the next week or so, I'm going to sit down and upload a bunch of new designs to Teespring, and I'll let you guys know when I do so that you can give it a look. Okay, some really cool new stuff, new designs that look pretty spiffy are going to be going up on Teespring shortly. Okay, so FYI, thanks to anyone who ever bought anything from Teespring, and you might want to give it a look. If you like my streams, it'll be a cool collectible to have, right? Now, if you're here live on the stream today, guys, and you want to get some interactivity, and you want to get credit for your contributions, you can. If you either cheer with bits or subscribe to the channel or you tip me. If you do any of those three things, I'm going to give you a shout out during the stream, as long as what you're saying is considered positive and not derailing and not some kind of an insult, not some kind of a detractor meme or something like that. You know what I mean? It's use common sense and, common judgment. And in general, 90%, if not more, of the stuff that people, say when they try to get recognition on the stream is good and ends up being, called out on the stream. It is at my discretion when I say on my own streams, FYI. But in general, we have a good time here, okay? So, if you cheer, sub, or tip, I'll give you a shout out during today's stream. As you can also see at the top of your screens, we have a stream stats leaderboard in effect. This is a way for me to give extra recognition to the current top cheerer and top tipper of the day. All right, and so if you are the top cheerer or top tipper, you will make it up there to the leaderboard. We're also tracking subs, and the reason for that is because we have a subs goal this month, and if we hit the subs goal, I'll be doing a viewer's choice event where basically everyone will be able to nominate and vote on games for a special playthrough that I'll be doing, in the future. Now, I'm going to be honest with all of you. In the last few days, I've seen a lot of dipping in subs. You want to know why? It's because a month ago, I started playing Sekiro, and a lot of people came out and subbed for the first time for that playthrough. All right? Well, Sekiro's been done for about 2 weeks now. Well, a little over a week now. And, I understand that hype died down. Now we're in new releases. I see many of you who used to have subs don't have subs anymore. So I'm just saying, if you want to support the channel and you want me to do a special event where you can control the game that I play, now would be a good time to subscribe. There's a lot of good things you get for subscribing. The first thing you get is access to all of my 30 plus emotes to use both in my stream chat and other chats. The second is you don't have to watch advertisements when I take ad breaks during the streams. And the third is you get a cool Chat Crown loyalty badge to show how long you've been a sub. So you get many benefits to being a subscriber. Okay? So please consider being a subscriber if you are not. It's really good stuff. And in fact, a lot of the times people say, oh, can I get a gifted sub? Can I get a gifted sub? You might want to consider maybe subscribing for yourself every once in a while. In addition to that, if you are part of the Amazon Prime program, which you might be, you get a free sub on Twitch every month. Just saying, if you link your Amazon Prime account to Twitch, you can get a free sub every single month. Okay? So there you go. All right. Now, in addition to all of that, guys, if you want to know how to contribute, gee, how do I cheer, sub, or tip? Maybe you're a first-time viewer. You've always watched it on YouTube, and you're coming over today to watch my stuff on Twitch, and you're like, I don't know how to do any of this stuff. All you need to do is type in exclamation point and the type of contribution you're interested in, and it'll give you an explanation. So, for example, if you type exclamation point sub, a link will pop up. If you type exclamation point cheer, there'll be instructions for cheering. Or if you type exclamation point tip, it'll explain how to tip. All right? Right now, any contribution method is appreciated, and they all help me equally. So please consider contributing no matter how you do it. It helps out. It keeps the stream going. It's the reason I've been here for over 10 years. I rely on your contributions and support in order to keep going. So thank you guys very much for that. Okay? All right. Fair enough. All right. Now, I believe it is time for us to give credit for those who have been supportive so far on today's stream. All right. Let me go ahead and take a look here. Hold on. Let me click over here. Let's see. Oh, shit. I misclicked now. All right. So, let's start off with an anonymous cheerer who did a 50-bit cheer. And in reality, no, okay, I was going to say, are they the top cheerer? No, they're not. Someone else trumped them. So I was going to put them on the leaderboard, but actually someone else had already cheered bigger than that. So thank you to the anonymous cheerer who did a 50-bit cheer to get stuff going today. Okay? The Iwan Thomas cheered and said, I'm so glad Noob Saibot is in the game. Noob Saibot. I wonder how many of you actually know the true story behind Noob Saibot. So, back in Mortal Kombat 1, there was a lot of allusions to secret characters in the game. And in fact, the only secret character who was actually in Mortal Kombat 1 was Reptile. And the way that you had to fight him was you had to do certain things on the pit stage. I think you had to do the pit fatality a certain amount of times or something like that. It was some like specific criteria, and you would unlock Reptile. Now, Reptile was basically a palette swap of Scorpion and Sub-Zero, who looked identical in Mortal Kombat 1, except they were yellow and blue. And Reptile obviously was a lizard guy who spit acid and had these unique abilities. Then in Mortal Kombat 2, they added in a hell of a lot more characters, secret characters and the like. And then in Mortal Kombat 3, they added in more secret characters. Okay, they just kept doing this. They thought it was a cool Easter egg to have secret characters in certain ways to unlock them and stuff like that. Noob Saibot was one of said secret characters where you had to do certain criteria to fight him, etc. And all he was, again, he was a palette swap of the ninjas, the, what do they call them? The Shinryu Jin ninjas, or whatever they're called. He was in all black, okay, an all black ninja, and he had the ability he had many of the abilities of Scorpion. In fact, I believe he had the teleport punch, but it was a clone. Like, he would teleport and the clone would hit you, but his body wouldn't teleport like Scorpion. I'm just trying to remember because there's been different incarnations of Noob Saibot over the years. Well, you might be saying, what the hell is that name? Noob Saibot? What the fuck is that? That doesn't sound like anything normal. Like, what is it? Well, in reality, if you reverse the letters, Noob Saibot is actually Boon Tobias. And what that is the last names of the two guys who designed Mortal Kombat to begin with. Ed Boon and John Tobias. Now, John Tobias, I believe, has gone the way of the dinosaur, meaning he quit and or was released from the company a long time ago and hasn't done anything with Mortal Kombat in a long time. But Ed Boon has always retained kind of overall oversight over Mortal Kombat games and has remained a major part of the NetherRealm company as they made Injustice as well. So, it's kind of funny that the name still stays in the game, Noob Saibot, but the guy hasn't been part of the company in a million years. Okay? So, that's where the name comes from. As for the character's now, at this point, supposedly he's the original Sub-Zero who dies in Mortal Kombat 1 when Scorpion rips out his spine, and then I guess somehow his soul gets sucked into a soul collective or something, and he becomes this supernatural being. I don't really know the ins and outs of the character. At this point, I think they've retconned and redone the character multiple times as well. But he's pretty cool. Pretty interesting character, and in this game, he seems a lot more unique than in previous games. He's certainly not a palette swap. He looks a lot different. He has clones, shadow clones, and everything going on, so. Anyway, that's Noob Saibot. You're right. It's cool to see him in the game. He wasn't in some of the previous Mortal Kombats here, 9 and 10. I forget which ones he was in and which ones he wasn't. Ermac, who also was a palette swap ninja back in Mortal Kombat 3, is not in this game. And that was funny because he actually ended up being a unique character in the last couple of Mortal Kombats, and now he's not in this one. So that's weird because I think he was actually one of the more popular characters at one point, but now he's gone. I guess it just happens. Okay, they swap characters out and remove them or whatever. So there's your daily dose of lore for the day. I know you guys are very excited. Some people are like, oh, lore, I don't want lore. Oh, relax. Some people are just so impatient. Relax. Have a good time. It's a fun stream. We're not just here to just play the games. We're also here to enjoy the culture of the games. All right? Relax. All right, let's continue. CCH Pounder tipped me $1. He says, do you feel that games aren't noob-friendly anymore? Some people who jump into an online game for the first time are turned off because they're always put into a match with higher-level players and aren't able to get better themselves. Well, I kind of hear you. I mean, let's be honest. That's why there's different kinds of online play. That's why there's ranked and unranked. Okay? And I get it. You know, so I want to play the game online, but I'm not necessarily a high-level skilled player. Why do I have to play a guy who's fucking has like 1,000 games under his belt for my first match? I know, and you know, the online matchmaking should be a lot better in these games. I haven't played, you know, Mortal Kombat 11 online yet, so I can't tell you if it's fair or not. But it is what it is. And oh, I see we got some stupid ass trolling, so I'm just gonna take care of that quickly. There we go. Dumbass moron. Goodbye. All right, so you know, it depends. For me, do I want a challenge when I go online? Yes. Do I want my first match to be against the guy who's been playing the game fucking hardcore since the moment it came out, you know, Monday night at midnight, and fucking has like 1,000 games under his belt? Probably not. I'm probably not going to learn anything if the guy completely hoses me before I even play my first match online. So I can see both sides of it. Hopefully the matchmaking's good, where we'll try to match you with someone of equal skill level. So I guess we'll see. Shout out to Mark. Oh, by the way, CCH Pounder is the first tipper of the day, $1, and so they should go up on the leaderboard. Okay. Mark McCauley tipped me $1 and says, congrats on raising all the money you needed to pay your taxes. That's not what happened, Mark McCauley. That's misinformation. What happens is I raised enough between the viewers and the good graces and generosity of my parents to basically qualify for the payment plan. And I'm supposed to get details on that in May at some point from my tax guy. But that's neither here nor there. We're not talking about that anymore. That's now in the past. I don't want to have every stream be dwelling on that. So let's go ahead and move forward positively. Okay? Shout out to Beautiful Joe, who tipped me $1 and says, any chance I'm playing any more GameCube games? There are plenty of fun games from my childhood, like Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, Kirby's Air Ride, and Paper Mario, as well as Beautiful Joe. Would love to see you play them. Well, I do have the ability to play them. My Wii is set up, and my Wii is backwards compatible with GameCube, and I have a way to capture from my Wii now. If you remember last year, I played a couple interesting Wii playthroughs, including Super Mario Sunshine and Eternal Darkness. So, yes, I do have the ability to play games on my Wii that are GameCube games. Now, if anyone's interested in them, that's great. And what I would need people to do is basically kind of bring them up when it's time for downtime and you're looking for me to play a game for downtime, especially during the summertime. There's going to be a lot of that. that would be a great opportunity to suggest said games. In addition to that, you know, special events like this upcoming Viewer's Choice, if we can qualify for it, now that's a good opportunity to nominate these kind of games, okay? So, there you go. Yes, I have the ability to play GameCube games. Yes, I would be interested in playing them. So there's your answer. Shout out to Falcon32395, who did a 100-bit cheer and said Mortal Kombat hype. Thank you, Falcon, and you are the top cheerer of the day. So I'm going to go ahead and get you up on the leaderboard. You get credit for your contribution here. 2395. Alberg18 subscribed to the channel for the 4th month in a row. And he says, giggity. Thank you very much, Albert, for 4 months of support. That is appreciated. Real Talk Mommy Cheers says, do you think you can lower the sub goal to 500 or 550 for the goal? 600 is kind of a stretch now. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. The bottom line is, when I set up that goal early this month, we were at like 550 subs. And what happened was, I went to Connecticut for the week, which I knew I was going to do, to visit my parents and get married. When I came back, we had lost like 100 subs. Then we gained some of those back. By the way, I would just say, as much as a week ago, we were over 500 subs. And then, as I said, what happened is, as we hit the month anniversary of me playing Sekiro, when a lot of people subscribed last month, those subs expired, and for some reason, they didn't resub. We got to get people to come back, right? I'm playing the new releases. There's not much else I can do. We got to get people to come back. So, it's motivation to get people to sub. If I just lower the sub goal and say, oh, the sub goal is now 475 subs, that's not much motivation to sub, because the whole point is to get people to come together and support the channel, not to just hand out the goals. All right? So, let's see what happens. Okay? Let's see how things go. And, you know, will I lower the goal? I don't know. But I'm not going to commit to anything right now. Okay? But the bottom line is, people should come and support and sub and enjoy all the benefits. There's many reasons to sub. It's not like I'm just asking you to do something. You get a ton of things for doing it. You know? It's great to have all those emotes. Alright. Eternal Napalm has resubscribed for 15 months in a row. Thank you very much, Eternal Napalm, for 15 months of support. It's much appreciated. Oh, man. Big Bad Buffoon did a 100-bit cheer. He says, John Tobias, so here's some lore that I didn't know. John Tobias joined Zynga Games in 2012. Now, for those who don't know, Zynga was a mobile game development company. If I remember correctly, I'm trying to remember the game that they were known for. Was it Candy Crush? I can't remember. Like, Zynga had done one of those really popular mobile games and made a ton of money off of it, but then they needed to redirect because they weren't making much money off of anything else. So, listen to this. Big Bad Buffoon says, Farmville. That's what it was. Farmville. Thank you, guys. I forgot what game it was. Big Bad Buffoon says, well, John Tobias joined Zynga in 2012, but then that Xbox douche, who he's referring to, is, Don Matrick, ran that company into the ground, so now he isn't doing much of the gaming industry at the moment. Yeah, so for those who don't know, the Xbox One launch, remember that complete botch? Oh, online only, ships only with the Kinect, you can't get it without the Kinect. You know, oh, if you don't have good internet, tough shit, play the Xbox 360. Yeah, you know that douchebag Don Matrick that did all that stuff and basically completely tanked the launch of the Xbox One, and then he got shit canned. And even though they claim that he left of his own will, he didn't. He got shit canned by Microsoft behind the scenes. And then he went off to be an executive at Zynga. Well, guess what he did? He tanked Zynga too. He did absolutely nothing, tanked Zynga, got released from them, and now apparently he runs a gym. I'm not even kidding. Apparently now he runs a gym. So, poor John Tobias was part of Zynga, and Zynga tanked because of Don Matrick too. Well, there you go. Alrighty then. Interesting. Sephion did a 100-bit cheer. He says, I love having chatting sessions at the beginning of the stream. Do you think we can make them even longer, or if at all possible? Yes. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start extending pre-streams to be about 7 hours long, and then we'll have about an hour of gameplay a day. How does that sound? All right. No. And that's being stupid. As I've explained to you guys many times, the pre-streams are interesting and essential for 2 reasons. Number 1, because guess what? I don't do podcasts anymore. I used to at one point when I was all about 100%, let's just play games and play them offline, have no interactivity and no talking with you guys at all. It was just, when I play games, I'm hyper-focused on the game. It's like me in an isolation booth playing the game, right? When I did that, people wanted to talk to me. And since I didn't do it on streams or whatever, I would have special podcasts where I would have Hate Live or Ask the King or these special events where you guys would be able to interact with me because you wouldn't be able to interact with me during gameplay. Well, guess what? That's changed. All right. So I don't do podcasts anymore because every day we do basically a podcast in the morning. And I like doing this. I like having the ability to interact with you guys in the mornings and talk with you and have fun and answer any questions you have and explain the schedule for the day and explain what I'm thinking about the current games I'm playing. It's like a mini podcast every morning. I love doing it. And I think it gives a personable feel to the streams that you guys are about to hear, hang out with me and spend some fun time together rather than, oh, it's just a guy streaming a random game. It's Phil and he's here to hang out with us, right? It makes sense. And some people make fun of it. You know what? Make fun of it as long as you want because there is a group of people who love this. And I'm not going to just throw it away because a few people are impatient and want to see gameplay immediately. That's not what my streams are all about anymore, ladies and gentlemen. At one point, when I was just a gaming YouTuber, it was just about gameplay. It's not about that anymore. It's now become this interactive, organic experience, and you got to get used to it. It's only been over 2 years since I did this, and you guys still are not somehow adjusted to it. It's kind of like how it's been over 4 years since I did anything with John Rambo, but people still can't fucking get over it, you know? You got to get used to change, guys, okay? All right. All right, shout out to Master Shake, who tipped me $1. He says, Noob Saibot was the original Sub-Zero who was killed by Scorpion and is now known as Sub's brother. So there you go. Yes, because if you remember, in Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, I believe that was the same Sub-Zero. And then in Mortal Kombat 3, that Sub-Zero is the brother. And I guess it was either 1 or 2, Sub-Zero dies to Scorpion, and then he becomes Noob Saibot in 3. The baby in the chat tipped me $1. He says, congrats on the wedding. Aren't you scared? Oh, my God. I wonder if this is really the baby in the chat. Or if this is an asshole, because I think this is an asshole in trying to impersonate Baby in the chat and try to get him in trouble. Yeah, see? Baby in the chat said, what? I didn't think this was you, dude. Don't worry. I'm not stupid. I don't get fooled by these assholes. I don't think this is you. Some guy trying to troll me with $1 tip and make Baby in the chat look bad. So, I'm just going to stop right there and not even read the rest of it. He's an asshole. Okay? Okay. Super Dragon tipped me $1. He says, Phil, you can't go to your grave without playing Ill Bleed someday. It would be a great game to see streamed. Again, I don't know much about it. Maybe one day I'll look into it. Thank you for the suggestion. And thank you for the tip. Bent Boxer, cheers. Says, Don Magic also married a Canadian telecommunications heiress, Sugar Mama. Don't forget. Oh, my God. Well, there you go. The story, the legend of Don Matrick continues. What will he do next after he tanks the Jimmy's running? What will be next? Maybe he'll go forward and I don't know, he'll run an ice cream stand and then a hot dog shop and then a lemonade stand and then that'll go out of business. But I guess it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, how silly. All right, guys, let's continue here. Let's see here. Geodude just did a 200-bit cheer. He says, have you thought about playing The Surge? It's a Souls-like game that's free on PS Plus right now. The Souls games seem to have good viewership. Could be a good playthrough. No. Geodude, I'm never playing that game. Because it's made by the same people who made... What the fuck was the name of that? Lords of the Fallen. Which is another game that's... Oh, it's kind of like Dark Souls. Yeah, you want to know what it is? It's the worst budget version of garbage Dark Souls ripoff that I've ever played. The game was a piece of stinking dog shit. It had insane amounts of glitches and bugs. It ran like crap. It had disappearing, reappearing enemies with full health. It was a piece of shit. And after that, I will never give another fucking dollar to that company. Because they ripped me off with Lords of the Fallen. They're a bunch of hacks. I don't care if the Surge is great. I'm never playing the fucking game. Screw them. And I know you're saying, oh, it's PS Plus. Just downloading the game is too much of a privilege. Okay, then. Hank Duma took me $1. Says, what happened to Major Nelson? I don't know. Major Nelson is fine. He still works for Microsoft, and I follow him on Twitter. I believe as of this morning, I think as of this morning, he posted up that he changed his Twitter layout or something. He literally 19 minutes ago posted up, Sniper Elite V2 Remastered from Rebellion is now available on digital pre-order and pre-download for Xbox One. So, I don't know. What happened to Major Nelson? He seems to be fine. So, I don't know exactly what you're getting at. There you go. Okay, the Ewan Thomas cheered and said, imagine getting... I'm not saying that. Ugh, it's disgusting. I'm gonna vomit. There's no way I'm saying that. Let's just say it has something to do with Devora. And that's all I'm gonna say. Yuck. Alright, let's continue. I got an anonymous dollar tip. He says, if people have been complaining about pre-stream length for years, don't you think it's maybe an actual issue? You do tend to be stubborn and hard-headed, Phil. No, because as many people as complain and whine about, oh no, I actually have to listen to Phil for like a half an hour before he starts his gameplay, there's a lot of people who like the pre-stream. There's people who actually come by just to listen to the pre-stream. If they're not interested in the game that day, they'll still listen to the pre-stream to hang out with me, and then they'll leave and come back when there's a game that they're interested in. So, FYI, there's always going to be people who complain about change. People always complain. People complained a lot when I became a full-time streamer. Oh my god, the videos on YouTube aren't as good as they used to be because there's stuff on the screen popping up and Phil's talking to the people on the stream, and that's odd. And that's weird. And that breaks the immersion in the game. I'm like, yeah, that's great. And it's the only way I can survive because YouTube fell through. Don't blame me, blame YouTube. The bottom line is, if you don't want to listen to the pre-stream, don't listen to it. Come when it's over. Every day I do a pre-stream, and I guarantee a certain amount of gameplay, and I always give that amount of gameplay. That's the other thing. I always say, on every stream, I'll do about 4 hours of gameplay. Or at a night stream, I'll do about 2 hours of gameplay. Okay? I always promise that, and I always deliver. It's not like, oh, because of the length of the pre-stream, Phil didn't play the game today. That's never happened. So, it's just people being impatient and whiny, which I'm used to. After 10 years, it's always the same thing. You get the impatient group, the vocal minority, who are whine, and there's nothing you can do about it. If the bottom line is, if I had no pre-stream, they'd find something else to complain about. So, I'm happy doing it. I like doing the pre-stream. By the way, it's a major part of giving back to you guys to do the pre-stream because it gives me this big opportunity to give shout-outs for your contributions. If I didn't do the shout-outs, people would all be upset. And the thing is, all these contributions that come out early on the stream, if I didn't do shout-outs for them now, the entire first hour of me trying to do gameplay would just be me doing shout-outs and not playing the game. So, it's necessary to have an interactive stream. If you don't like it, go watch someone who plays video games in an isolation booth. That formula from 10 years ago, go right ahead. Okay? You're free to do that. Alright, well, Hank Duma tipped me $5, and he says, excuse me, Phil, that $1 tip was actually not mine, just to let you know. Alright. See, this is the pitfalls of tipping, is that anyone could say that they're anybody. So, thank you, Hank, for the $5 tip. I appreciate that. And thank you for letting me know that was not you. I don't even know why they were asking about Major Nelson. That was kind of weird. But anyway, thank you for the $5 tip. I would update the leaderboard. However, Hank, someone trumped you. Someone named Kermit just tipped me $6 and says, frog facts. In Egypt, the frog is a symbol of life and fertility. Well, there you go. Thank you very much to Kermit. You're the top tipper of the day. Here we go, getting back with this frog meme, whatever the hell it might be. I still don't understand it, but whatever. All right, Ben Boxer tipped me $1. He says, Don Matrick is going to own KFC and bring back the Double Down. I wonder, I don't think, does KFC even do, they can't do the Double Down anymore. I don't think they have that chicken breast, the fried chicken breast that the Double Down was made from. I think they got rid of it, didn't they? Because then they have that for a special sandwich, and then they got rid of the sandwich. So technically, you couldn't even do the Double Down now if you wanted to. Or maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, thank you for the tip, Bent Boxer. And Mediator tipped me $1. Says, can you maybe compromise with the people who don't like the pre-stream by sending a tweet that you're starting the gameplay? No. Because it's the same every day. You know it's about a half an hour to 45 minutes, roughly. Some days it'll go longer, the pre-stream. It depends on how many contributions come in and how much shoutouts I have. This is not something that is like rocket science. It's not. It's not hard work, and it's not rocket science to figure out that Phil starts his stream, does a pre-stream, and then roughly around, 11:30-ish is when gameplay usually starts, sometimes a little bit later, depending on how long how long the contributions come in or whatever. This is not rocket science. This is easy to figure out. But it's kind of like, you know what this reminds me of? And this is being very honest with all of you. Back in the day when I used to upload a ridiculous amount of videos to YouTube. Remember, every day I would upload like 20, 30 videos to YouTube, 10 minutes long. And people would yell at me and say, Phil, my sub box is flooded. Phil, my sub box is flooded. Phil, my sub box is flooded. I was like, I don't work for YouTube. I'm not the one who made the sub box work like that. So if you have a problem with your sub box being flooded, don't complain to the content creator. Complain to YouTube. Plus, by the way, there's simple ways to figure it out. Like, you can set it so that you don't see every video that pops up for someone you're subbed to. There's a way to do that on YouTube. It's been like that for like 7 years. But that's it. Instead of doing 1 minute of research to figure it out for yourself, you complain to the content creator who gives you free content every day. This is kind of the same thing. Well, if you did 1 minute of research, you'd figure out that Phil usually starts his gameplay between 11:30 to 12 p.m. Just come by then. But instead, complain to the content creator to completely destroy and end the pre-stream that people like because you personally don't like it. Oh my fucking God. Okay then. Mark McCauley tipped me $1. He says you should clear the frog in your throat before you start the gameplay. I think I have. I don't think I have a frog in my throat today, which is good. And Soup Double G cheered. He said, have you ever thought about pausing the game halfway through the stream and having another pre-stream? I love the interactivity. It's pretty much all I show up for. No. And Wagrain cheered. He says, isn't it unfair to blame it all on YouTube? Isn't it YouTube stagnated because of both you and YouTube's actions? I would say, first of all, my YouTube channel itself only stagnated when I quit. And what I mean by that is when I quit putting effort into it because I couldn't make a living on YouTube anymore. That's when my YouTube channel stagnated, per se. Before then, yeah, there were dips and stuff in the viewership, but as long as I kept consistently working towards it, uploading, I mean, you guys saw the year 2016. I worked my butt off doing edited content for KO Gaming, and KO Gaming blew up. KO Gaming had videos that had 1 million views on them. All right. So when I put the time and effort into making good content for YouTube, my content on YouTube got good attention. The problem is YouTube consistently fucked me by demonetizing, by having adpocalypse after adpocalypse, and basically making it not make any sense for me to focus on YouTube anymore. Because no matter how hard I worked, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't make a living just doing YouTube videos. And I finally said, fuck it. I throw in the towel. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to focus on streaming. And that was 2 years ago. And ever since then, I turned my YouTube channel into an archive channel. And yes, since then, my YouTube channel, DSPGaming, is stagnated because I don't care about it. I'm being very honest with all of you. I just don't care anymore. I'm not going to put insane amounts of time and effort into something that's not going to pay me back because YouTube keeps fucking people over and destroying their own business. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to keep spinning my fucking wheels and killing myself over something that's out of my control. At least when I'm on Twitch, the content I put out here on Twitch, guys, I can control. And if I entertain you guys, you will, contribute to the streams and make them keep happening. You see what I mean? And that's what I like about this. I could bust my ass on YouTube and go crazy trying to basically make it work, and it still will fail because YouTube keeps fucking the whole business up. So that's why. All right? So yes, did my YouTube stagnate because of me and YouTube? Yeah, my YouTube stagnated when I chose to make it stagnate because I was not going to put any more effort in because YouTube had fucked me 7 ways from Sunday on every possible thing, and I said enough is enough. So I will take the blame that, yes, my YouTube stagnated to some extent because I stopped caring about it. Because YouTube had already fucked me over so many other ways, there was no way I could make a living doing just YouTube. So there you go. Let's see here. Brad Paisley. To me, $1 says, it's a gameplay stream. Why not just talk while playing? If YouTube is an archive, why does it matter if there are shoutouts during gameplay? Brad Paisley, you just ignored the entire thing I said. Because of the nature of the way this works, there's always a queue of contributions at the beginning of every stream. So, for example, today, if I didn't do a pre-stream, instead I would have turned on Mortal Kombat 11, and as the story was going, I would have had to constantly pause it to give shoutouts, talk over the cutscene, and it would have ruined the whole story of Mortal Kombat 11. If I had started with just gameplay today, it would have literally ruined the story playthrough of Mortal Kombat 11. And I'm not going to do that. Trust me, I've been around the block. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I know what I'm doing. You might not, but I know what I'm doing. Knox tipped me $1. He says, no one is saying get rid of pre-stream. We're saying it could be shorter and still give the information it needs. You're taking it to an extreme that no one is demanding. Knox, the reason pre-stream is long is because you are contributing. And I am reacting to you. If you literally didn't tip this $1, the pre-stream would have already been over. You're blaming the wrong person. Carrot Top tipped me $1 and did a bunch of lyrics that I don't understand. Thank you for the dollar tip, Carrot Top, but I'm not going to read lyrics. And Liquid Hindo tipped $1. Says, my solution to deal with my sub box getting flooded was to unsub from your channel. You're right, Liquid Hindo, and that's what a ton of people did. They said, I will still watch the videos on DSP Gaming, but I'm not going to sub to your channel, because when I sub to your channel, my inbox gets flooded. Which is hilarious, because you could have literally clicked a single box to make it stop getting flooded, but instead you unsub. And that's why DSP Gaming, despite having hundreds of millions of views over the years, still doesn't even have 200,000 subs. Now, it's funny because, as you guys know, I made a giant change last year. I no longer flood the channel. Now the videos are an hour long. So every day I upload, 6 videos to the channel? 7? It's not a flooding, and it's a ton of gameplay in a short amount of videos. So that whole excuse of, oh, I'm going to unsub now, doesn't apply anymore. But you notice nothing's changed. There was no massive increase in subs or whatever. In my opinion, it was just bullshit. You always have people make excuses. It was bullshit. The whole thing is, DSP Gaming, because it was raw gameplay, because I wasn't editing my videos or whatever, I wasn't following the trends that everyone else, like clickbaity titles and thumbnails, the channel was never going to blow up. At one point, it was very popular because I was the one original guy on YouTube doing kind of on-the-fly improv commentary over every kind of possible game, and I was the guy who played every game at launch. All right? But it was never going to blow up because I didn't follow the stupid trends that sadly really gullible people fall for to make channels popular on YouTube. I never did. I never wanted to do that. I never wanted to be that guy. I just wanted to have fun with games and share that with you on a daily basis and not take it so seriously. And so DSP Gaming blew up, and then when all the trends took off on YouTube, it shrunk. And there's nothing I could ever do about that, you know? I would have had to have basically literally done everything that PewDiePie and Markiplier and every giant YouTuber does, and, you know, be the guy screaming on face cam with dyed hair and look like a cartoon character and do all the YouTube trends that people fall for. And I never used any of those, ever. So I did get some height of popularity, and then it went away. And you know what? It is what it is. At least I can live with myself and say, hey, I may not be a millionaire, but at least I enjoyed what I did for 10 years. And even though YouTube is pretty much falling apart at the seams, I can stand by the content that I put out there on a daily basis because it was genuine. You know what I mean? All right. Shout out to Talk Shit Get Kissed. He did a 300-bit cheer. That makes him the top cheerer of the day. And he says, you know when how that... Wait, what? You know when how that was it was once, but now if... What? You know when how that was it was once, but now if... What? Am I having a stroke? Or did this guy have a stroke? I don't know what's going on. I've officially had my brain get mind fucked. I'm going to read this one more time. You know when how that was it was once, but now if? Okay then. Anyway, thank you for the cheer. Talk Shit Get Kissed. You're the top cheerer. I have no idea what the hell you just said. That's pretty funny though. Okay, let's get him up there on the leaderboard. Oh my god. You know what? I'm having fun on today's pre-stream. This is pretty fun. So thanks guys for a fun pre-stream today. Vote Democrat has resubbed for 2 months in a row and says thoughts on YouTube Red. Well, first of all, it's not called YouTube Red. It hasn't been for like a year. Didn't they change it now to like YouTube Prime or YouTube Premium or something? Yeah, it's worthless. Because they're like, oh, pay to not see ads. Yeah, you could just get ad block and do that for free. Oh, pay to see premium content that's subscriber only. Guess what? It's all garbage. So, no one cares about that. Hedembo? I don't know. I don't know how to say this guy. This guy's name is either he Dumbo or Hedembo. I don't know how to say his name. But he tipped $1.11 and says, if people don't tip, you'll complain about how there's low tips and low participation at the end of the stream. It's a catch-22. You're right, but Hidumbo, you have to understand, I'm not the one complaining about pre-stream. I like pre-stream. I think the pre-stream is incredibly fun. I love talking to you guys every day and spending this time interacting with you. It's the people who are incredibly impatient who are complaining about it, not me. I have fun with this. And people who like me like the pre-streams. It's the people who just want to see the ragey gameplay that don't like the pre-streams. And that's fine. Let them stomp their feet and complain, because I don't give a shit about their opinions. So let's get you up there as the... No, are you the top tipper? Yeah, no, you're not. Sorry, Kermit's the top tipper. So Brad Paisley did another dollar tip. He says, I sent that before the rant. How would it ruin the story? People on stream know there are shout-outs. They won't be jarred by them. Just play shout-out in the downtime or after a fight. Who cares? We aren't missing the story. Yes, you would be. Brad Paisley, you may not understand this. Maybe you didn't see the story so far. The game is completely ongoing. The only way to do shout-outs during this story is basically to pause the game, which is jarring and breaks the immersion of the story. So in reality, if all days, today should have been the day that I actually do the shout-outs before we actually start the gameplay. All right. Frog's playing golf cheered. He said, we demand a DSP frog emote. Well, someone has to make one then. Bulletproof cheered. He says, there's a crypt guide that tells you what's inside certain chests to bypass fan art and useless items. Oh, is there? Because someone told me it was completely random. Someone said it was completely RNG. Maybe they were wrong. Huh. Interesting. Vote Democrat did a 333-bit cheer and says, did what if now could at if what at though? Oh, of course. Good point, Vote Democrat. By the way, Vote Democrat is the top cheerer of the day. Thank you very much. Shit. There we go. King of Hypocrisy tipped $1. He says, according to what you just said now, the way to get shorter pre-streams is to contribute less. Don't complain when people stop contributing. No, actually, if you stop contributing, I just won't stream at all, because I'll have to go get another job. So if you don't contribute, that would be the most asinine, stupid thing you could possibly do, because then I won't be able to pay anything, I'll lose everything, and I won't be able to stream at all, and that'll be the end of everything. So that would be pretty stupid, King of Hypocrisy, and that was a really stupid thing to say. Congratulations. Even need that as you, because again, people are impersonating other people, so maybe it isn't really King of Hypocrisy. But if that was you, boy, that was a stupid thing to say. Congratulations. Thesaurus Boy did a 100-bit cheer. It says, when you low attack Scorpions or Sub-Zero's legs, their knee... Oh, my God. It's a stupid attempt to try to get me to say a word. What an idiot. Brad Paisley tipped me $1. He said, you've been pausing to check moves list. What's the difference? The difference is you pause before the fight to check the moves list versus you pause during a cutscene to interrupt everything. Brad Paisley, you're not going to win this argument because you are in the wrong. So you can stop now. You cannot beat me on this one. Like I said, trust me, I know what I'm doing. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hold on. Mr. Probavera just cheered. He says, what is this improv night with all the impersonations? I have no idea. What are you talking about? Is this improv night with all the impersonations? Oh, I see what he's saying, because people are impersonating other people with tips. That's what it is. Yeah, there's someone in here who's tipping and impersonating a bunch of other stream regulars, probably because they want to try to get them in trouble or something. I don't know. Pro CFO just tipped $1.50 and says, has anyone really been far as decided to use even go want to do look more like? Yes. Yes, Pro CFO. Okay. And I Made Breakfast just did a 100-bit cheer and says, YouTube Premium is actually not bad. You get music streaming like Spotify, and you have no ads on videos if you like to watch a lot of YouTube. Well, if you get music streaming, I guess that's what you're paying for then. Because I would say that's like the one benefit. Because as for not having ads on YouTube, people have used ad block for 100 years. But if you're saying you get music streaming and that's a benefit, so basically that's what you're paying for, okay, then that makes sense to me. All right. Knox tipped me $1, says you already talk over cutscenes in games anyway. Just respond to cheers and tips during them. No. All right. So thank you, everyone, for your support so far today. Let's go ahead and just very quickly do shout-outs to the top cheerers of the week, and then we're going to get started with the conclusion of the story. Okay? So, Omnipotent Mr. Dr. Profusi is in 10th place this week. Talk Shit Get Kissed is tied with Alex Master for 8th place. Calmer 94 is in 7th. Sambuca 2020 is in 6th. Mr. Papavera is in 5th. Big Boy Abides is in 4th. CR123A Battery is in 3rd. Shao Kahn Artist is in 2nd. And Vote Democrat is the number 1 cheer of the week. Very nice. Brad Paisley get tipped $5 and is trying to argue with me. I already told you, Brad Paisley, you're not going to win the argument because you're not in the right here. So I'm not even going to bother. Thank you for the tip. You're wrong. Okay. I guess that's it for the pre-stream. Let's end it. So now here's the thing, guys. The pre-stream just went for an hour. All right? And I'm okay with that. I had fun interacting with all of you for the hour. And we had some fun discussions. You had some people trolling me. You get the usual mix, right? You get the usual mix. And I'm okay with that. But some people will complain and say this pre-stream was too long. But if I started playing the game and literally for the first hour of gameplay, all I did was do shout-outs and not pay attention to the game, then you would have complained about that. So isn't it better to get this out of the way and then get to the game? At least from my perspective as a content creator for over 10 years, the answer is yes. Okay? All right. So thank you, everyone. And let's now get into the big conclusion of the story of Mortal Kombat 11. All right. Big Bad Buffoon did 100-bit cheers. Says Brad Paisley is a famous and current country singer. Someone needs to quit impersonating him. Oh, is he? Oh, I don't even know who that is. Brad Paisley? Never heard of him. Okay. All right. Let's end the pre-stream. And let's begin with the conclusion of the story. And like I said, then we'll see what else we could do. I'll try to see if there's been a patch. And then we'll work on characters and finally some online play. Good stuff? All right. Thank you, guys.